Someone once said that getting there was half the fun, and this old adage certainly applies to the trip from Bangkok to Chiang Mai by night train. Anyone on a tight travel budget should definitely consider this option, as the trains are faster, more comfortable, and certainly a lot safer than bus travel. Meals are available, which can either be served at your own personal alcove or consumed in the dining car. After the meal, the table is removed, and the seats are quickly and efficiently converted into a pair of upper and lower bunks. In effect, the train becomes a traveling hotel, and the guests are lulled to sleep by the hypnotic clatter of wheels rolling over rails, waking up refreshed after a good 12-hour sleep.
Morning! Welcome to Chiang Mai.
Upon our arrival in Chiang Mai, we checked into the Amari Rincombe Hotel and discovered that this establishment is more than just a place to stay, but also a hotel with heart.
The company has started that for quite a few years now already, a number of years, where we have displayed these envelopes in the rooms and near the reception area where the guests can drop their coins. And very often we get, of course, not only bahts, also not only Thai money, but we get also some foreign odd coins, which we then have to change somehow. And we then collect all this money, and that brings together a few 100,000 baht per year, where we then have been engaged ourselves to build schools. We have built 3 schools until now. One is, the first was in Isan, in the northeast, in Udon. Then we built just recently a kindergarten up at the Burmese border at Doi Ang Khang. And we've built a school down in Ranong near Phuket at the Burmese border for needy children.
By now, it was time for lunch. We'd heard of an interesting place to eat nearby, and as soon as we parked our car, downwind from Kun Ratana's noodle shop, we knew we were in for a real treat. The air was filled with the most delectable aromas that immediately tantalized the taste buds and gave us a hint of the gastronomic delights that awaited us. The moment you sip your first spoonful from the brimming bowl of soup presented to you by Kun Ratana, you realize that here, indeed, is a noodle soup with a difference.
Definitely the most fabulous noodles you have ever eaten, and worth the trip to Chiang Mai. Do you know people have been coming here just for these noodles for the past 5 years?
Obviously, many others agree, as the shop does a roaring trade from 7 in the morning till the soup runs out, usually around 8 o'clock in the evening.
Well, back home I had noodle soup in the Thai restaurant. It wasn't compared to this. This is much better. Very tasty, the soup, and chicken is delicious. It's one of the better soups I've eaten.
So, what's the secret behind this delectable dish? A hint can be gleaned from the name of the dish, Kai Tun Kok. The last word is the giveaway, Coke, or, more specifically, Coca-Cola.
I can't believe what you told me is in it.
What did you say is in it?
Coca-Cola? Wow. I've never had anything cooked with Coke before.
One day, a reporter from the Bangkok Post stopped off at Kun Ratana's shop and ordered a bowl of noodles. Having eaten noodles all over Thailand, she was immediately struck by an enjoyably different flavor and proceeded to interrogate Kun Ratana in an attempt to discover the mystery ingredient lurking amongst the chilies, fish sauce, and other herbs and spices in the bowl. Normally, cooks in Thailand are most reluctant to give out sensitive information such as this, but to her amazement, Kun Ratana was more than happy to share the secret with her, even giving her the recipe, which appeared in all its glory in the next day's edition. A few days later, people began arriving in droves, backpackers of all nationalities turned up clutching copies of the paper and clamoring for chicken Coke. They also showed their appreciation for the fine fare by jumping up at the end of the meal and writing accolades on the restaurant ceiling. So, we also followed the tradition that they'd established. Glowing testimonials include those from Miss Phuket to Taiwanese rock singer Teresa Peng, who was a regular patron during her many gigs in Chiang Mai. The big-spending, big-eating rock star would stay at a hotel just across the road and would dine at Ratana's, where she frequently put away up to 3 bowls at one sitting. One night, in late 1995, Teresa suffered a fatal asthma attack in her hotel room. Her death stunned her fans, as well as the entire music world, and triggered off a documentary on her life by a Japanese television network. They traveled to Chiang Mai to interview people who had had contact with her, but became so intrigued by Kun Ratana's noodles that they shot a feature story on her as well. During the filming, an interesting story emerged. Ratana told the camera team that she and her husband, Tirayut, had once run a beef noodle shop in Bangkok. Business was very bad, and they were teetering on the brink of bankruptcy. In desperation, the couple turned to a local deity, the Chinese goddess Kuan Im, for advice. They couldn't have sought help from a better source. Kuan Im forbids her followers to eat beef, so she told the pair to quit the beef noodle business post-haste, move to Chiang Mai, and set up a chicken noodle shop. It was here that Ratana received the inspiration to add Coca-Cola to the brew. Business boomed beyond their wildest dreams, and the rest is local history. And to cap it all off, the couple now have their own website, which was designed for them by an admirer from Australia. Simply log on to www.powerup.com.au/~srhodes, and the whole secret of Gai Tun Kok will be revealed. In case you missed the address, just pick up this week's issue of the Guide of Bangkok for complete information. People who log on will not only receive an amazing noodle soup recipe, but also a lesson in Buddhism as well.